You know how we always hear these powerful sound bites from speeches in the news? But have you ever stopped to wonder how we know what was really said? Today, we're going to look at a victory speech that absolutely made headlines, and then we're going to pull back the curtain to see how that information actually gets to us. Let's get into it.
Wow. Okay, now that is how you start a speech. It's bold, it's so direct, and it just grabs your attention immediately. I mean, can you imagine hearing this live? It's the kind of line that's just designed to be quoted, to travel way, way beyond the room it was spoken in. But who said it, and what was going on here?
So, these words reportedly came from Zohran Mamdani, and this was during his victory speech after he won his seat in the New York State Assembly. It was a message sent loud and clear to a former president, basically signaling that a defiant new voice was entering the political scene.
But, the speech wasn't just about calling out political opponents. Not at all. Mamdani also used that moment to really define himself, but on his own terms, taking potential criticisms and just tackling them head on. Just listen to the way he frames this. He takes these labels that, could easily be used against him, and he turns them into these powerful declarations of strength. It's an incredible way to just own your own story and tell the world exactly who you are, completely unapologetically.
And his message got even bigger. It went way beyond his personal identity. He focused on a platform that was really built around these key ideas, fighting for workers, taking on these really powerful interests, and, at the end of the day, offering a message of hope. So we have a pretty clear picture of his speech, right?
Or do we? This is the big question, isn't it? We've seen some really powerful quotes, some summaries that paint this super vivid picture. But how sure can we be that this is a word-for-word, completely unfiltered account of what really happened?
And this brings us right to the heart of what we're talking about today, that journey information takes before it ever gets to our screens, and why, understanding that journey is just so critical.
Okay, so here's the crucial point. Everything we've just discussed, it all comes from media reports. It's not from an official transcript. Now, that doesn't automatically mean it's wrong, but it absolutely means it has passed through a filter.
So what even is this media filter? Well, think of it like this. A really long speech happens, right? And a journalist has to decide which parts are the most important, which are the most impactful, and how to basically squeeze hours of content into maybe a few paragraphs or a quick 2-minute TV segment. This little table here breaks down the trade-off perfectly. On one side, yes, we get key info from credible sources, which is great, but on the other side, there are risks. Quotes might get slightly paraphrased to make them clearer, and editors, well, they engage in what's called selective quoting. They highlight the parts they think are most important, which can subtly shift the emphasis of the original message.
So yeah, here's the official definition. It's all about selection, framing, and summarizing. And look, it's a necessary part of journalism. We can't all watch every single speech in its entirety. But just being aware that this filter exists is the first huge step toward becoming a more critical consumer of news. So how do you actually do that? Well, here are 3 pretty practical steps. First, check for official records, like a press release from the assemblyman's office. Second, and honestly, this is the gold standard, try to find an unedited video archive of the event. Seeing and hearing it for yourself just removes that filter. And third, you can even try contacting the source directly and asking for a full transcript. I want to leave you with this one final thought. What happens if you apply this one simple question to the information you see every single day? How does what you think you know change when you start asking how you know it? Seriously, it's the difference between just being a passive consumer and being an active critical thinker. Ask yourself, how do I actually know this is true? And just see where that question takes you.